odd. When we were doing the beginning of the research, we would sit in the seminar, we would go in the seminar room in the math department and just kind of go on chalkboards and do our work. But once we started typing up and drafting things for, I think towards the end of the job, we were in here working on the computers. And especially during the summer, we were free to kind of just work wherever and kind of work whenever in the math department. But once we got into the school year and other students here, we kind of stuck to the seminar room or here in order to kind of keep focus on work and not be mixed with too many other people doing other stuff.
It's out here in the field. It's not like a research assistant job or some other jobs where you have a very closed atmosphere. You're kind of sticking out, but that's like the nature of the job. You're supposed to be sticking. You're supposed to be representing, the college out to everyone. And I guess that's it. I don't know. It's chaotic sometimes, but it's fun other times.
Because I'm alone, I think that it is better for me. I don't think I play well with others all the time. And being in more of a private setting, I think, is also beneficial. I don't know if I'd be comfortable, sitting in the info desk, in the middle of all these people, and people are coming through and yelling, and there's all this stuff going on. That's not really what I'd want out of my job.
It's very personal, I guess, because for most of the time I'm in the van and I'm doing my homework and there's really nobody else in there. I play my own music. I watch Netflix on my laptop. Most of my shifts, now especially, they're kind of like late night oddball shifts when I don't get much traffic. So I can do my own homework, but sometimes, but usually I don't know, but every so often I get a shift that's during the daytime when I get a lot of people. And then that's also very chill because I get to meet new people and have very low-key casual conversations with them, make small talk, meet people that I wouldn't really otherwise talk to otherwise.
Everywhere in campus, and the inside Colby office for sure. But yeah, I go to Reynolds for theater and dance. I go to Page for events. I go to people's room. I walk outside, anywhere. So it's an interesting job. At least I can get to be everywhere.
Well, it's well lit. It's quiet. The circulation desk is a very nice place to live. My one complaint would be there's no footrest on the smaller circulation desk, but it's, that's a very, very small complaint. My boss sits right behind me. It's kind of a bullpen, a very, very small bullpen type area, where you have the two circulation clerks, the student workers, sitting side by side, and then my boss sits right behind us, kind of doing her own work. And then the head of the library, Margaret Erickson, has her own office right behind that. So it's a really nice, tight-knit environment where you get to know both the professionals who work at the library and the other students really well.
It's one of those things that we bond over the fact that nobody likes being there. So, or just, I don't know. Yeah, we bond over the fact that nobody likes being there. So, I guess there's kind of, we make friends with each other.
Alumni Relations building, which is SWAC, and it's across the street from the from the academic buildings. And then within that building, we have a wing of the building on the first floor, and the administrative secretaries and the student worker desk are in the open, and then there's offices off to the sides where the directors work. And then within the office, it's a pretty relaxed atmosphere. People take breaks and talk to each other a lot, and it's kind of fun to listen in on what they say. And yeah, it's pretty easygoing.
For our paid work, my work environments are a small little office up in the health center. Usually me writing reports on my own, or it's in conference rooms with the rest of the officers and Dr. Berger, our medical director. Then the volunteer aspect of it is anywhere on campus that we're sent to.
It's very quirky, kooky, artisticness, I guess. I mean, we're working in a costume shop, so it's a very colorful location, and we're dealing with the theater department, which is already very artistic. And so, You know, it varies a lot depending on where in the season we are. Sometimes it's just very silly, like let's goof off and let's play around with this fabric and see what stuff we can make. And other days it's very serious of we have a tech week happening and we have to get through this. So it varies a lot, which is actually really nice, because if I was just hand sewing 3 hours a day twice a week, I would get really tired of it. But when I step in, I don't know if I'm hand sewing or machine sewing or serging or creating or like putting grommets on things or whatever.
Absolutely. I don't think I can begin to list them, but they range everything from that we are the EMTs for CER when I'm doing my volunteer part of the job are security officers. Yeah, people hide beer cans from me in the hallway sometimes when I'm on duty. Something I could care less about, but they do it. Anything from that to, I don't know. There always are. People ask me all sorts of weird questions like, oh, you guys actually work on weekdays? Yes, we work 24/7 actually. So we always discover random new misconceptions.
Sometimes people say they've heard, tour guides were told specifically to say certain things about the college or anything like that, which just aren't true. So, rumor mill type stuff, but that doesn't even happen often. So I don't think there are really that many misconceptions. Maybe things people don't know, like tour guides don't have a script that we follow. Basically that tour guide manual is the only thing that admissions specifically gives us.
I think that people think that I always have opportunities to make networking connections with alums because I work in alumni relations, which is sometimes true, like for trustees weekend and reunion weekend, but I think that would be the biggest misconception.
I think if people think of the information desk, they think of like, oh, you just sit in the middle of the student union and do homework, right? I'll admit that we do get to, enjoy the space, be around other people, and we get to do homework sometimes. That being said, during the 2-hour shifts that we're here, we always need to be available. And if we were like doing something else, doing work in another part of the union, that would kind of defeat the purpose of an information desk. We need to be free and ready to handle anything that comes our way. So I think that definitely is a misconception that we don't do a whole lot and we're kind of just sitting around.
Often I'll go pick up people and they'll like lambaste me because people have this idea that jitney drivers can ditch whenever they want and not show up to work and get away with it, which of course is frustrating for people in town who rely on it, for kids off campus. But to my knowledge, and this is, in fact, no, this is true, if you miss 2 shifts, you are fired. So people cannot slack off, they can't miss shifts, and when they do, they lose the job.